guys, it's Lanny with Advanced Survivor. We're happy to team up with Luminox watches. Luminox has been around for a long time. They've been the official watch for the Navy SEALs along with others. We have been very fortunate enough to team up with them through Joyce's Jeweler, which is located in Morgantown, West Virginia. Special thanks to Tom for helping us out with this particular project. Today we're going to look at the Luminox Recon. Now this is a NAV SPC, or Navigation Specialist is what Luminox is calling it. The Recon NAV Special by Luminox was featured in Off-Grid magazine, which brought it to our attention. It was one of the featured watches. One of the things that really stuck out to us was the ability of this watch, made specifically to actually navigate through the woods and through terrain by actually walking, not by a car. So it really piqued our interest. We contacted Tom over at Joyce's Jeweler in Morgantown, West Virginia, and we looked at Luminox's, and he's helped us out with this. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the Recon through the paces with an orienteering professor that teaches at one of the colleges here in West Virginia. He's got a course set up, so we're going to try it out and actually see how well it works. Now, obviously, Blaine, who's going to be our professor here who teaches orienteering, is going to be with us, but I have limited knowledge on actual orienteering, so it's really going to be interesting to see how it works from a novice like myself to an expert like Blaine. So we're excited to put this through. Stick with us here. We're going to take a quick look at this and see what it offers, and then we're going to go right into the orienteering. Some of the special features that I really like about this NAV Special is the detachable compass, so you can actually take off and lay on a map. I like the fact that they have what's called night vision tubes, is what they call it. It actually has a 25-year life on the tube, which is better than most of our night sights that we're carrying on our pistols. The sapphire crystal, which is scratch resistant, and if you can see, it has your watch band actually acts as a measuring device, so when you're looking at your topo maps and maps, you can actually measure on there. It's actually set up for walking speed as opposed to a lot of them that are set up for cars. So we're really anxious to give this a test trial, see how it goes, and I'm really impressed with the looks of this watch. The quality of it's very good. It's very sturdy. It feels high quality. Like I say, you'll probably see this on my wrist in future events. Stick with us. Hi guys, it's Lanny and Blaine with Advanced Survivor. Today we're going to go ahead and pick back up on the Luminox Recon NAV Special. We're here with Blaine, who's actually an Eagle Scout, and he instructs orienteering. So we're going to go ahead now and introduce Blaine, and we're going to put the actual watch up against the compass and an actual course here. So Blaine, what do we got here?
Sure. So what we are at here is an actual state park that we use in scouting to teach orienteering merit badge to scouts. So we actually have a couple different orienteering courses set up here. We got a long course and a short course. Mm-hmm. What we'd like to do today is put the watch system up against the compass system that we teach the scouts here. What I have here is an orienteering compass in the old-fashioned way of keeping track of how many kilometers you tick down. And this watch will do all the same things that your compass and your bead counter will do. But guess what? I might not have this with me when I get in a situation, or if I'm out somewhere and I want to be able to get back to wherever it is I'm camped at or where I'm parked at. If I got my watch on my arm, I'm set. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to test this thing out and see, will this do what an actual compass will do? Okay?
That sounds good, Blaine. You've been doing this for a long time, and Tim and I were actually looking this over prior to the filming here. And what's your opinion of the actual watch as far as how it's set up, the measurements, the scale, and things like that, Blaine?
Sure. So let's break it down piece by piece. So first, what we have here is this is your standard 7.5 minute topographic map. And for all you all who spend time in the backcountry, you know this is the standard map that you are going to carry. The scale on a 7.5 minute map is 1 in 24,000. The watch that Lanny's holding here actually has the scale built in. It has a roller on one side, which is in inches and centimeters. On the other side, it's actually scaled for us. And we were checking this out beforehand. Go ahead and lay it down here, Lanny. If you lay this down, it has one side that's set up for 1 in 25,000, which there's no difference between that and 1 in 24,000. You know, you can't measure that difference. And it's actually marked on here, 0, half. It's got the tick marks out to 1.5 kilometers. We laid this thing down on the scale, and that matches up perfect 1 kilometer. Now, why this is important, and I can't stress this enough, we're out here with scouts, and we're teaching them how to go from this ridge to this ridge, and we're asking them how far is that, and we're laying out a course, or we tell them they would have to navigate themselves to get there. They actually have pieces of paper, and they're out here with a pencil and paper, and they're taking their scale or their ruler, and they're trying to lay it out on here. With this, I can just take the watch off my arm, and I can lay it down on here, and I can tell you that that's 1.3 kilometers. That's huge. I mean, that is just a huge time saver.
Now, what keeps me from, say, pulling out my iPhone here and just going ahead and seeing where we're at? Tell them one of the things that we're having trouble with right here.
Yeah, go ahead and try right now.
No service. That is an issue there. A lot of people say, well, you can still use it. Not if you're out of batteries, not if there's a problem with that. Battery life on this is over 5 years. I think we're going to be well better off. Definitely a safe move to go ahead and go with the watch. So let's go ahead and hit the field, and we'll see how it stacks up. All right, so here we are again, and we're going to go ahead and put it through its paces. Blaine, where are we at right now?
Okay, so we're on the Boy Scout orienteering course, and we're at station number 1. And this is a course that we run quite often, and luckily I know where station 2 is, so I got a little bit of a heads up on you here. We're actually going to have you use the watch today, and we're going to prove that, you know, the guy getting the watch out of the box, putting it on his arm, how simple this is to use, and you can do the exact same thing that we do with the scouts out here with this watch. Let's actually talk for a minute about the components of the watch,
okay,
and how we're able to match this watch up with the orienteering compass. It's pretty cool. We were checking this out a little bit ago. This actually has a direction of travel arrow built in right here with the red tip on the arrow. And this bezel on it will turn just the same as the bezel on my orienteering compass will turn. So all that we're going to do is take that bezel, we're going to set it for 96 degrees, and I'll go ahead and hold that level.
Okay. Line it up to magnetic north.
You just line up magnetic north there between the 2 red hash marks.
Okay. It's
And
there.
your direction of travel arrow is pointed right over top of your shoulder, the same direction the orienteering compass was. Just
Fantastic.
like that. Now the other thing that we talked about was the pace, you know, the distance. So we know that the watch will set us for an azimuth, for a bearing in which we want to go. The piece about the time, you know, not everybody knows what their pace count is.
Right.
The only reason I know what mine is because I teach orienteering. But what the watch will do is, if you know your walking speed, which the average man will walk 2.6 mile per hour. This actually has an inner ring in here where it lays out your walking speed, and you can time yourself, and you can use this dial, and you can use the watch to help keep track of how far you're walking based on your walking speed, on how long it takes you to go 100 yards.
So this basically is an actual tool then, Blaine. This isn't like something that just looks nice and I want to go ahead and stick it on my arm and be cool when I'm rolling around. This is a real life, it seems to be doing okay, because we've got the first, you know, station here, so we're going to see if this actually can get the second station on basically blind out of the box.
Yeah, I mean, this is the real deal, and to review the things we talked about, I mean, if I'd have been coming out here today with you and I wouldn't have brought this with me, I'd have been toast, right? If I'm on a hunting trip and I don't have this with me, I'm toast. If I got my watch on my arm, I mean, we've already shown that you can use it with a 7.5-minute topographic map, the most common map used in the backcountry. We've shown that you can set an azimuth or bearing and you can follow it. We've shown that it'll help you with your distance, with your pace count, so you know when you're going to arrive at the destination. It does everything the compass around my neck will do, Lanny. I'm excited to test it out.
Let's do it.
Okay. The magnetic needle,
Okay.
lined up on your orienteering arrow and follow that direction of travel.
All right.
It's lining up perfect.
Yes,
We're
it
going
is.
right to it. Okay, so what we're doing now is an actual field test here. This was the idea of coming to an actual orienteering course. We actually have a station out here. Lanny, he does not know where it is. He just knows to follow 96 degrees. And I've got the orienteering compass here. All he has is the watch. And I can tell you right now, watching him, he's right on track. Got it? Good. Good job.
All right, Blaine, what do you got next for a test?
Okay, Lanny, we're here at station number 3 on the long course. What I'd like you to do, I'm going to put you through the same test that I'll put the scouts through at this station.
Okay.
I'd like for you to find the next station, which is 24 degrees from here and 273 meters. Now, we're not actually going to walk it out. We're running out of daylight here. But if you could just point us in the direction of where you think that station is, we'll test out you and test out the watch, and we'll see how close you get.
Okay. Go ahead and line up my north. Go in for 24 degrees. Blaine, looks like it's right over there towards those poplar trees.
Actually, Lanny, it's exactly right in those poplar trees. So, perfect. Spot on. That's great. Couldn't do any better with the compass and a rangefinder.
I am really impressed because I really am not a great orienteering person, and you know, with this watch and Blaine's instructions, I'm really not afraid to strap this on my wrist and head out anywhere because I am in the woods a lot, and it just makes it give it a little bit more comforting. It's retails for $495, but for me, it's peace of mind, and I appreciate it. What's your final close on this, Blaine?
You know, Lanny, I'm going to be honest with you. When you called me up and said, "Hey, Blaine, I know you like to play with orienteering. I got something I'd like for you to try out." And, you know, when you said it's a watch, I thought, "Oh no." You know, I've seen these watches advertised before as, "Hey, you can use this watch and use it as a compass," and it's a joke. But this watch, this is the real deal here. I mean, I'd strap that on my arm and leave the compass at home any day. I spend a lot of time in the backcountry. I do a lot of backpack hunting, spend a lot of time with the scouts out in the wilderness areas. I'd go anywhere with that any day.
That's a great endorsement. I really appreciate it, Blaine. Thanks for your time, and thanks for letting us use the course. We'll see you next time on Advanced Survivor.